I read the comments, so I wanted to address the comment about me being the first African American cultivator.
Bad mother. Paid the cost to be the boss. Paid the cost to be the boss. I paid the cost to be the boss. Look at me. You know what to see. See a bad mother.
Hold on. If you don't think we popping,
My name's Jeff Brown. I'm a lawyer in Las Vegas. I have a client that's interested in meeting with you to negotiate the purchase of your G5 Cultivation company. I was wondering if you would have easily meeting him. You can call back 702-502-8066.
So here, this is what we talk about. So think about this. You done just told two black boys that they can grow weed and sell it and not get in trouble. We ain't selling shit. Cut that bullshit out. What people need to understand is that I had to go through a process in Las Vegas. And I saw the brothers say, well, they had brothers in California that have been cultivating a long time. And yes, you have, but you didn't have to go through the process I had to. I had to have over $250,000 liquid cash in my account. I had to have no criminal history. I had to have a place that was mine, that we owned, and we did that. So, yeah, you've been growing, but do you own it? I've met a lot of brothers who say, well, yeah, man, I'm growing or I'm doing this, but they work for somebody, and they're making them rich. You feel me? And my goal is to be able to have it here in Las Vegas and then be able to go to Atlanta and go to Minnesota and go to North Carolina and these places that brothers don't have that opportunity. And I want to be able to come in and say, look, man, this is how I did it. This is what you do. This is how you run it. This is business, but I understand the culture and I understand what it takes to get this business up and going and all the challenges that you're going to face, because I faced them. So it's no disrespect to anybody else out there that's African American that's growing, but I don't just grow. I don't grow. I own, and that's the difference. I was minding my business, and this brother called me and said, "Hey man, check this out. I think we can get this medical marijuana thing going." I was like, "Oh no, man, the feds don't know those type of guys, man." And he was like, "Nah, brother, I think you can get it. I think we can go ahead with this project. I think we can make it happen." So when you're looking at G5, you're looking at myself, you're looking at Shawn, and I handle pretty much the business side. Shawn's a union electrician that came in, very intelligent brother that's a part of the culture. Yeah. And so he's kind of in getting me ingrained in the culture, and I'm learning so much. And so this is my man. This is my guy. He's making it happen for me, and he's the reason why this building really truly is up and going.
Me and Larry grew up together when we was kids, it was being part of the neighborhood, and Larry was always the young kid that was trying to hang out, trying to be with the older guys, but we was running the streets, and the only thing we really cared about was keeping Larry out of trouble, and that was our main goal. Make sure he stayed on the right path and achieved what he needed to do, and he did that. The night of the revelation is I was at home, I was on the couch, and I was supposed to go out that night. And throughout the night I decided, well, I'm not gonna go anywhere, I'm gonna stay home. And I'm sitting at the house and I'm on the couch and the news come on. It tells me that Governor Sandoval has just signed a bill to make medical marijuana dispensaries and cultivation legal in the state of Nevada. And I sat up, it was almost like the lights and the angels were singing at that moment coming out the TV screen. And I'm thinking of, at that time, at that very moment, who can I collaborate with to make this possible? And I think of Larry, and Larry's in New York, and I'm like, man, he not gonna be up. What's the odds of him answering the phone? So it's like 11:30 on the West Coast, So it's like 2:30 in the morning. So I'm like, I'm itchy. I can't wait till the morning. I call. And he answers. And I'm like, Larry, man, let me tell you what's going on. And I tell him everything. And the first thing out of his mouth is, man, the feds, man, what about the feds? I'm like, man, listen, he wouldn't be signing this into legalization if the feds were going to be involved, man. I'm telling you, this is the way to go. You know, we've always had talks and dreams of doing things for others, aspirations of helping out our people. And my line to him, and I'll never forget it, is, you know, all the things that we talked about, this is it. This is our chance to actually fulfill and accomplish those things. Me and Larry's collaboration is possible because my weakness is his strength and his weakness is my strength. So I can cover areas where his knowledge may not be there. Like, I've done construction for 22 years. I'm a union electrician. And Larry's been in business for 20 years. So my construction knowledge and my knowledge on how to do and apply manual labor and physical labor and be efficient and effective with it is my strong point. My knowledge within my construction field is a strong point. My knowledge within electrical is a strong point when you're dealing with a grow house and your main utility is electricity and lights. So being an electrician is beneficial. And when it comes to business, Larry's been a successful businessman for 20 years. So I've never run a business before. So you need someone to cover your ends that you lack in. And on top of everything, besides the knowledge that I possess and he possesses in different fields, we love one another. Right now in the process, we are in the build section of building a building. The planning stage is past and we're in the building stage. As far as the building is going, our timeline, we're going to meet our schedule. It's going to be a tight schedule, but we will meet the schedule. A lot of the delays that we've encountered were not of our fault, not of our doing, but have been because when you go into the government process and the government side of doing things, there's a time frame that exists and there's delays, unexpected delays, and you have to wait for other people to do their jobs before they allow you to do your job.
For us, and then for it to come full circle and then me doing business with them and me taking all my losses in business, because it wasn't all wins. If anybody tell you that, they're lying. It was all wins. It was wins and getting smacked in the mouth and coming back learning, you know what I'm saying? Then just to be with these fellas and to have all of our crew working for us. This brother, he pretty much did this. He done pretty much did this without a, cause our what do you call him, a general? A general was a little upset at me because I kept taking the jobs away from them. And listen, we had some brothers that was not unemployed, but they've been laid off, and with the economy, we figured, well, you know what, we noticed this guy Wiz, he's the painter, you know what I'm saying? Wiz Star, well, what's your nickname today? Because you got something.
Man, just call me Louis Dwayne Brown, you know what I'm saying, today, that is. No cables, antenna, bounce network.
So look, we got people in our neighborhoods that aren't working that way, so I might as well hire him and pay him and do what I'm supposed to with him. I got Shawn's an electrician, right? We have my boy David Ware, who's a plumber. So we wanted to say, well, David, come down here and look out for us. Don't beat us up, you know what I'm saying? But look out for us and we'll pay you, make sure you're good. Wiz is painting, doing drywall and everything. I don't want to pause, I ain't want to say it like that, drywalls. Right? Because Wiz like big girls, you feel me? He'll tell you too. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't dry snitching. In other words, we wanted to hire our people to make sure that they could get to work. So the contractor was a little pissed at me because I kept taking it from him. But I was like, it was like the Dame Dash. Like, I know to connect. Like, I don't need you to be a middleman for me. I don't need you to call and have this guy be here when I can call myself and then pay you 30% on top of that. Like, that's just bad business for me. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? When I got a guy who's sitting at home, you know what I'm saying, that could use the work, or he may be in a delayed job where he may have another job scheduled in 2 months and he was sitting around waiting for this job. Waiting for that job, I can give him this job. So I gotta come to Train. Train is the AC units. And this is the biggest check that we wrote so far. It's $96,000. Yeah, $96,558, and we have to pay the AC units. So, being in Las Vegas, we need a lot of AC because, as you know, there's certain temperatures that you have to keep the marijuana in. So, got to drop this check off and get going. That was a big check. I'm like, hell yeah, that's a big check.
That's a big check.
That's you know what I'm saying? But then we want to make it, we want people to understand that we worked to get here to write that big check.
Yeah.
And that's an investment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's an investment that's going to go up in, especially being in Vegas, it's 115 degrees. That's the biggest investment. And if you think about it, that's the biggest check we done wrote.
Woo, it is. It beat the lights.
Besides the building itself,
yeah.
it beat even the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm going to run the marathon. Y'all want to put some wagers on that? You want to do a Jameis Winston wager on that? Huh? How much y'all want to do?
How many miles?
It's 12, right?
It's 13 points.
13 miles, fam. I'm going to knock that out the park, fam. Fam, I walked 3 miles in the car.
How much time?
We don't got
Well, I mean, we got a time limit on our
3 hour limit?
Listen.
4 hour limit.
We have a bet that Jameis Winston will not be a starter in the NFL in his 5th season. I took Jameis to be a starter. Larry didn't. You see how I put a time limit? 5 years, right? So he want me to make a bet on the marathon, but he don't want to put a limit on how long he gonna be running the marathon. I mean, you could get up the next day and finish the marathon, technically.
Can y'all believe this? Look, man, I've been on my Russell Simmons, for real.
Okay.
Look, I'm over here eating my hummus and my crackers.
Oh, yes you are. Yes you are.
I got my jet color down the water. And he didn't say I gotta run fast like your little ass. Like you said, I'm entering a marathon.
You entering.
This is what I plan on doing, big homie.
Yeah.
I plan on like running 2 of them,
Yeah.
chilling for a mile or 2, running another 2.
And call it Uber.
I ain't gonna call the Uber, man. You gonna run 2 miles.
You gonna call Lyft.
Fam, what y'all think, man? Look, man. Look, man. Y'all tripping. Y'all forgot I was an athlete, man. I'm getting it back, man. Russell Simmons got me motivated.
Well, good, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You stay motivated, bro.
You got me motivated too.
Yes, sir, brother.
I fell off the wagon the other day. I had a little pork, but I was all right.
Because they've taken something from us. They've taken our trust from us. That's why we don't collaborate willingly with one another and why there's so much distrust. You don't think that the effects of us being pitted against each other isn't generational, isn't hereditary? You don't think that you pass that on to your kids, the distrust that you have for your neighbors, for your brothers, for your sister? It gets passed along. And it's a concerted effort to make sure that it's not gonna be with us. It's not gonna enter, dissension won't enter this relationship. You'll never get me and him to turn on one another. We don't always agree, but we will never turn on each other, okay? And that's why I think it takes a lot for our community to overcome, because what we sit there and do, we look around and we look across the street and we see our neighbor and we say, man, he's doing better. And what we don't say is that I'm happy for him for doing better and he gonna inspire me to do better. And the fact that we can sit there and say, man, I love him, I love what he's doing, I love what he brings to the table, and I love what he's achieving. Because the key word in everything I just said was love. We have a lot of hate out here, a lot of hate in the universe. And as long as hate prevails, then we will never achieve or accomplish what we're here for. Because we always have something hindering us from accomplishing that. And love is what opens us all up. Love is the key to everything, man. So when we get back to loving, we're gonna get back to conquering. We deal with failure in a positive sense, because every failure is just an opportunity for you to achieve success. So we don't take failure and fall down on our hands and knees and say, whoa, it's me, I'm the victim, why ain't things being better, why are things going so wrong? No, we don't say that. We just say, hey, the solution, find a solution. We could worry about the problem forever, but the solution is right in front of us, and the quicker we find it, the quicker we alleviate the problem. So when it comes to distrust, we use tough love in the sense that we don't fall victim. We don't want to play the victim role. I mean, and I understand that no one's perfect, but playing the victim role just don't get you there.